Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and today we are going to be ranking all Cookie Run Kingdom costumes currently in the game as of September 9th in this tier list right here. As any tier list goes, we are going to be ranking the costumes based on S all the way down to D, with S being the best and D being the worst. And as you can see, I have every costume in the game as of September 9th, from common all the way to legendary, and so we are going to be ranking them today. Anyways, before we start the video, please hit the subscribe button down below as we are getting closer to 500 subscribers, which is insane. So please hit the subscribe button down below, give it a like, and let's continue on with the video. Okay, since the images are out of order, we are going to be ranking them from left to right. So if I immediately jump from, like, let's just say a rare costume to epic, just know it's because this is how the images were displayed. Okay, we are starting off with Wizard Cookie's costume right here. This right here is a common costume. And for a common costume, I would say it's not bad. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in C tier right here. And then next up, we got Adventure Cookie. It's a camo skin. I would also put this in C tier. Next up, we got Alchemist Cookie. And I would also put her in C tier because it's just a recolor green. And so nothing too special. Okay, next up we got Squid Ink's costume, and I would honestly put this in B tier as it's pretty basic, a rare skin. Okay, next up we got Pomegranate skin. Now I would say this right here is one of my personal favorites as it just looks really cool with the whole glasses and suit, and so I would put this in high A tier. Okay, next up we got Black Raisins Red Recolor. I think this came out during the Halloween update. And so I'm going to put this in solid B tier since it looks pretty cool. Okay, now we got Twizzly Gummy's new costume from the summer event, in which I wasn't able to get because, yeah, I got completely scammed. Anyways, I'll put this in solid A tier as well. It seems like a pretty cool skin. He's holding a shark gun, so I mean, why not? Okay, next up we got Fake's Cookie Festive skin. I would honestly put this in D tier since it just has a hat recolor and it's not really my favorite. Nobody really uses Fake Cookie anyway. Okay, next up we got Moon Rabbit. I would say this is solid C tier. Looks pretty cool. I don't think it's worthy enough for B tier. Okay, next up we got Cherry Cookie. I would also put this in C tier since it's not bad. Okay, next up we got Fettuccine skin. I would honestly put this in D tier just because it's another recolor and it doesn't really look that different from its basic design. Okay, next up we got Mint Choco's costume, and I would honestly put this at B tier because I just think it's a good skin, but in terms of design choice, I would say it's not bad, so I would say it's solid B. Next up is Chili Pepper skin, and I would honestly put this in D tier because it just added a prison costume and nothing really changed about the skin. Okay, next up we got Angel Cookie skin, and like I said, it's a pretty basic skin, and so I'll put this, I would say high C tier, I would say. Okay, next up we got Pancake Cookie, and I would say the skin is actually quite nice. So I'll also put this high C tier. Okay, next up we got Moon Rabbit's other costume, which is a special costume. And honestly, I would probably put this in B tier as it's a pretty cool skin. It has a jacket on. I would say it's solid B. Okay, and now we got Milky Way's costume, which is the costume I was wanting to get, but I wasn't, which is pretty sad. I will put her, I think she's the first one who's gonna go in S tier as I really like this costume. Okay, next up we got Tart Tatin skin. And I'm gonna be honest here, this skin was kind of a disappointment because nothing really changed about her skin even though it's an epic compared to other epic skins. So I'm gonna have to put this one in D tier, I'm sorry. Next up we got Mushroom Cookie's epic skin. And I would say this one is also a solid A tier as it's really cool. I really like the spike design on his mushroom head. He has a microphone. He just looks cool. Okay, next up we got Royal Margarine Cookie. I would honestly put this in solid B tier as it's not a bad skin. It's pretty decent, I would say. Okay, next up we got Dark Cacao skin, epic skin. I would say this is solid A as well as it has really cool design. The bandages on his eye looks cool and his cloak also looks really cool. Okay, next up we got Devil Cookie's costume. I would say this is a solid B tier skin as well. I mean, it's not bad. It has a really cool, funny, what would you call this? Wand or something. It's not a bad skin, I would say. So solid B. Okay, next up we got Muscle Cookie. Muscle Cookie's festive skin. I would say this is solid C tier as well, as he's just wearing a festive sweater. Next up we got Coco Cookie's costume. And I would say this is an A tier skin, as it's really shiny, glittery, dress looks amazing, solid A tier. Okay, next up we got Cream Puff Cookie's special costume. I will put this in solid A tier as well, as it's a really cute skin, summer, solid A tier. Okay, next up we got Carrot Cookie's costume. I would honestly put this in C tier as well, as it's not a bad skin, it's a rare skin. So as a rare skin, it's not bad. Okay, next up we got Fig Cookie's Halloween costume. I will put this in solid, I think. I will put her in A tier, as it's a really cool skin. I really like the design with the whole pumpkin head. And so, yeah, A tier. Now we have Herb Cookie's costume. I will probably put this in D tier, as in my opinion, I just don't really like the blue colors. As a matter of fact, let me rate the other Herb Cookie costume right here. I will honestly put this in B tier, as I really like the whole fall, autumn colors with the leaves. And compared to the color scheme with the previous skin, I just like the darker colors than the lighter colors. Okay, next up we got Mushroom Cookies. I think this came out during the April Fool's event, I think. I'm not sure, I don't really remember. I think I'm gonna put this in B tier as well, as it's really colorful. It's quite nice, it's quite a nice skin. Reminds me of Skittles. Now we got the Gingerbrave anniversary skin, I believe. Honestly, even though it's a pretty basic skin, I would put this in like solid C, as he has his little party hat with his little candy cane wand. Then we got Tuxedo Gingerbrave. Honestly, I'll put this solid B tier. I mean, he has a nice looking suit right there. I mean, bro is out here ready to go to the party looking mad fresh. Okay, next up we got T-Knight's golden costume. I would honestly put this in S tier, just because it looks really, really cool. I mean, he's just dripped out in complete gold. How is that not cool? Okay, next up we got Sparkling Cookie's costume. And I will probably put this in B tier as well, next to Mint Choco, as I would say it's a pretty decent skin. I would say it's pretty decent. Okay, next up we got the Squid Ink gold costume, if you could even call it gold. Honestly, on paper it probably sounded like a good idea. Honestly, it just looks weird, in my opinion. I would probably put this in D tier. In my opinion, it just looks oversaturated. Especially when you compare it to the T-Knight skin, it just looks kinda off. Okay, next up we got Almond Cookie's costume. And Almond Cookie is one of my favorite cookies in the game. And so when this costume came out, it instantly became my favorite. So I'm gonna have to put this in S tier. Hey, next up we got Parfait's music festival costume. I think I'm gonna put this in A tier, as it's a really adorable skin. I really like the whole red color scheme. And so solid A tier. Okay, next up we got Financier Cookie's costume. Now I'm gonna put this in solid A tier, as it's a really cool skin. I really like the whole design with the blindfold and the scales that she has. And so solid A tier. Next up we got Red Velvet's costume. I'm gonna put this in solid A tier as well. It's not a bad skin, you feel me? Okay, Beat Cookie. Not a bad skin, but in terms of my favorite, I think I'm gonna put her in D tier. Yes, it does look better than some of the other D tier skins, and so I'll probably put her high D tier. Okay, next up we got Milk Cookie's costume. I would say Milk Cookie's costume is solid C as well, probably next to these other costumes from the same set. And I'll probably move Moon Rabbit as well, because as this set it's pretty cool. Next up we got Cream Puff as well from the same set, but I would probably put Cream Puff's costume in B tier, because I just like the whole blue color scheme. Even though yes, the other skins are blue as well, Cream Puff Cookie just looks amazing. Okay, next up we got Espresso Cookie's costume. I think I'm gonna put this in B tier as well because, I mean, it's not a bad skin, but it's not really my favorite. Next up, we got Custard Cookie's costume. And I would probably say this is an S tier skin because it's basically mini pure vanilla cookie. I mean, their skills are basically similar to each other as they both provide shields and heal. And overall, it's a really cool callback to pure vanilla cookie. I would say S tier. Okay, next we got Blackberry's costume, and I would say this is a solid C tier skin as it is a rare skin. We also got Dark Choco's costume right here, and I will also put this in C tier as it's nothing too special. I mean, he just has a hat, he has some Christmas lights around him, and he's eating a candy cane. Okay, now we got Prince Cookie's costume. I would probably put this in D tier as it's just a recolor, nothing too special. Now we have Rockstar Cookie, and I'm going to put this probably high A tier because Rockstar is one of my favorites and the skin just looks really cool. Okay, next up we got Lilac Cookie's costume, and I will probably put the rare one in D tier as he's just wearing a cloak, nothing too special. And I would say this one I will put E tier as it's just a red recolor, doesn't look bad, but like I said, it's just a recolor. Okay, next up we got Macaron Cookie's costume, and I'm gonna put this in solid B tier as it's not a bad skin. Okay, now we got Milk Cookie's chocolate milk color reskin. I think I'm gonna put this in D tier as brown. I mean, compared to his other recolors, it's not really, doesn't really stand out compared to the others. Like, let's see over here, we got the strawberry one. I think I'm gonna put in solid C tier as I just like it a lot better. And then we got the banana recolor. I think I'm gonna put this in C tier as I just don't like the whole yellow redesign. And so yeah, that's gonna be it for Milk's costume. Okay, now we got Angel Cookie's epic skin, and I would say this is solid A tier as it's a really goofy skin. I mean, it quite literally looks like a bell, and it just looks completely different from how Angel Cookie looks like. And so that's definitely a solid A tier skin. Next up we got Kumiho Cookie's costume, and I did used to use Kumiho before when there was that whole Ginger Brave one shot stun comp meta team. Since I don't really use her anymore, I don't really see this skin that often. I'll probably put this in solid C tier with the rest of the same set. Next up we got, what's this guy's name again? Oh, Clover Cookie. Yes, Clover Cookie. Honestly, this is a D tier skin in my opinion, as I don't really like the whole brown look. It just looks kinda off compared to his normal cookie design. Next up we got Ninja Cookie, and I will also put this in D tier as it's just a recolor design which changed his ninja uniform to black instead of blue. And then we got Onion Cookie, and honestly I would say this is a C tier skin. I don't really think it belongs in D tier as the green color doesn't really look that bad. Next up we got Pancake Cookie, and honestly this is probably one of the worst skins I would say in my opinion, because they basically took basic Pancake Cookie and just saturated the colors to make it look darker. Basically no difference, and so I would say that's a D tier. Okay, next up we got forgot this cookie's name. Cream Brulee. Okay, Cream Brulee Cookie. Cream Brulee. Honestly, people might hate me for it, but I think I'll put this in B tier. I just don't really like the whole design in my opinion. I just prefer his normal cookie design. Okay, now we got the two mushroom skins right here. Honestly, the bread, I mean it's bread, I'll put this C tier. And now we got the mushroom cookie, that's a lot of mushroom skin. I mean it's a pretty solid skin. I'll also put this in C tier. Now we got Oyster Cookie skin, and this isn't a bad skin I would say. I would probably put this in, I think, B tier. Not a bad skin. Okay, next up we got Snow Sugar Cookie, and I'm gonna put this skin in D tier because I have the rare skin and I just think it looks a lot better. Now I'm gonna put the rare skin in solid B tier I would say. Okay, next up we got Sorbet Cookie's Sailor skin. And honestly, this is one of my personal favorites. I mean, he has a sailor uniform on and he reminds me of a certain character. And if you know who that certain character is, then you're a real one. Okay, next up we got Sparkling Cookie. Honestly, it's a pretty basic recolor. He has pinkish hair, pinkish suit. I'll put this in C tier. And now we got Cherry Blossom's costume. Honestly, this is not a bad skin. I think I have this skin. And I think I'm gonna put this in B tier. The Eclair Cookie skin. Honestly, not a bad skin as well. I'll put this in B tier. And now we got Strawberry Cookies skin. Honestly, I don't really like the gnome skin that much. I mean, yeah, it does look kind of cool with the whole red and white strawberry design thing. But I think I'm gonna put this skin in D tier. But the other skin, I would say I really like it. I mean, for a common skin, it's not bad. I really like the whole pastel color scheme going on. I think I'm gonna put this in solid B tier, if I'm being honest. Now we got Strawberry Crepe skin. Honestly, not a bad skin. I think I'm gonna put this in C tier. Now we got Tiger Lily's skin. Compared to the other skins, I think I'm gonna put this in D tier as it's just a close color redesign. Nothing too special. Now we got Almond Cookie special skin. Now honestly, even though Almond Cookie is my favorite, compared to the other skin, I think I'm gonna have to put this one in B tier. Okay, next up we got Dark Cacao's epic skin. And I'm gonna be honest here, I'm kinda sad that you can't really use this skin anymore, as after you ascend Dark Cacao, I mean not ascend, awaken. After you awaken Dark Cacao, you can't really use this skin anymore. But I actually really like this skin, so I'm gonna put this in A tier. Next up we got Dark Choco's special costume. This skin also looks really cool. I really like the whole design with his hair, and the cloak and the sword. It looks really cool. I'm gonna put him in A tier as well. Next up we got Strawberry Cookie's other costume. It's a pretty basic costume, and so I'll put this in C tier. Next up we got Wizard Cookie's gnome costume. I think I'm also gonna put this in D tier as I don't really like the whole gnome design going on. And we got Red Velvet's other costume from the Bad series. I mean, compared to his other skin, I think I'm gonna have to put this skin higher than the previous Red Velvet skin. Probably next to Mushroom Cookie. Now we got Cake Brute, and honestly, he's amazing. The fact that he's the only like monster creature I think in the game currently, so I'm gonna have to put this in S tier. Okay, next up we got Licorice Cookie. Honestly, not a bad skin as well. I'll probably put this solid A tier as well. Okay, now we got Madeline Cookie's other skin. I think I'm also gonna put this in solid A tier as it's not a bad skin. I have this skin, I think. I think it just looks better than the other Madeline skin that exists. And then while we're here, we have the other Madeline skin. And honestly, it's not really my favorite. I mean, the whole hairstyle going on. I mean, he just looks kind of weird without a hat on. That's just my opinion. And I think I'll put this skin in solid B. And while we're also here, let's do his Halloween costume. And compare between all the other ones, I think I'll put this one in, I think B tier as well. It's not a bad skin. Okay, now we got Strawberry Crepe skin. Skin is actually really adorable. I really like the whole ghost hands going on. I think I'm gonna have to put this one in A tier. Okay, now we got Moonlight's legendary costume. Honestly, I think I would put this skin in A tier as, I mean, yes, it is a legendary skin. The effects do look cool. Actually, no, I changed my mind. I think this definitely belongs in S tier. And now we got Pomegranate Cookie, her other skin. Honestly, it's just a recolor, nothing really too special. But compared to her other skin, I think I'm gonna have to put this one in C tier. And now we got Stardust Cookie's special skin. And honestly, compared to the ones that came out during the Golden Cheese event, I think I'm gonna have to put this skin in B tier. I'm just being honest. I mean, compared to the whole golden and black design that he has over here, I think I'm gonna have to put the other skin in A tier. Okay, next up we got Espresso's red recolor. Honestly, not a bad skin, but not really my favorite. I think I'm gonna put this in C tier. Okay, next up we got Capsaicin Cookie's skin. And honestly, I would say this is a solid S tier skin. As compared to his original design, I would say it looks really cool. I really like the whole red outfit and cloak that he has going on. Solid S tier. Okay, now we got Black Pearl, or should I say White Pearl Cookie. I don't have this skin unfortunately, but it does look really cool. I would say this is a solid A tier. Then when you compare it to her other legendary skin over here, I would say both of them are solid A tier skins. It's not bad. If I had to choose one between the other, I think I like the White Pearl skin a lot better than the other Black Pearl skin. Okay, next up we got Parfait's other skin. The first skin that came out for her. Honestly, not a bad skin. I'm gonna put this in B tier. Next up we got Sparkling Cookie skin. If I'm being honest here, I think I like her original CRK design a lot better than the skin version. So I would say the skin is a solid B tier. Okay, next up we got Holly Berry's costume. I will honestly put this in solid B tier as it's not a bad skin and the effects are pretty decent as well. Okay, next up we got Gumball Cookie skin. Honestly, all that's really added to the skin is just a couple of gum around him. And so I'll probably put this in C tier. Okay, next up we got Werewolf Cookie skin, and honestly this is one of my favorite skins right here. I mean, he just looks really cool with his hat, his whole bone guitar case right here. Not only that, but he definitely reminds me of a certain someone. Overall, just such a badass look. I'm gonna have to put this in S tier. I mean, just look at this skin, it just looks amazing. Okay, next up we got Wallberry. And honestly, this is also an S tier skin as I really like the whole... Is that a lion, I think? Whatever animal on his shoulder is, I really like it. This whole headband he has going on, it just looks really cool. Solid S tier skin as well. Next up we got Sherbet Cookie skin. And it's honestly not a bad skin. I really like the whole gold design going on, and so I'm gonna have to put this in A tier. Now we got Werewolf's rare skin. And I mean, compared to his epic skin, I think I'm gonna have to put this one in C tier. Now we got Licorice's rare skin as well, and I think I'm also gonna put this in C tier as it's not a bad skin, it's just a white recolor. Now we got Malo Sauce Cookie's red skin. I mean, it didn't really change much, it just has a darker red color tone to it. I think I'll put this in C tier. Okay, next up we got Mango Cookie's skin. I mean, it's honestly not a bad skin, and so I think I'm gonna put this in solid. I would say this one is high B tier. Now we got Cream Unicorn skin. Honestly, not a bad skin as well. I really like the whole blue color scheme going on. I would say this is a solid A tier skin. And now we got possibly one of my most hated. Okay, no, I'm just joking. No, but seriously, when I did gacha on this banner, all I got was just this specific skin right here, which made me kind of upset because I really wanted to get Space Donut costume. But no, the game decided, you know what? I'm gonna give you a whole bunch of Milky Way cookie costumes. I would say I will put this in A tier. It's not a bad skin, but compared to her summer skin, I think the summer skin looks a lot better than this one. And now we got White Lily's costume, and honestly this is one of my favorite skins right here. I really like the whole white long dress design right here. I would say solid S tier as well. And now we got Latte Cookie. And I mean, compared to her original design, I mean, it's not a bad skin. But would I use this over her original? I mean, not really, but I think this is a solid B tier skin. Now we got Pure Vanilla's costume. I would say this is a solid A tier skin. It's not a bad skin. I really like it. A tier. Next up we got Pastry Cookie. And it's another recolor, but compared to the others, I would say this one will go in C tier. Now we got Prune Juice. And this is not a bad skin. I have this skin myself. But I would say this one would go in B tier. Okay, next up we got Queen of Man Cookie's skin. Honestly, I really like the design on this one, so I think this one is gonna go in A tier. Next we got Princess Cookie's skin. Honestly, not a bad skin, but compared to the original design, I think I'm gonna put this in C tier. Now we got Raspberry Cookie's costume. Honestly, not a bad recolor. I would say this is solid C tier as well. Okay, next up we got Cotton Cookie. I will put this in A tier as it's not a bad skin and I really like the design. Now we got Wind Archer's newest costume. Honestly, I haven't even seen the effects or what this skin even looks like in game as I haven't done gacha yet. Judging just off of appearance, I think this is solid A tier skin. Next up we got Space Donut skin. Like I said, I really wanted to get this skin during the event, but unfortunately I was not able to. But I will put this skin in A tier. I really like the whole conductor thing going on. Next up we got Rye Cookie. And that's another recolor that basically made the red colors a lot darker. Honestly, I will put this in B tier as it's not a bad skin. And now we got Malasauce's other skin. And compared to her previous recolor, I think I'm gonna put this one in B tier. Okay, now we got Sea Fairy's epic skin. Honestly, not a bad skin as well. I really like the whole lighter blue color going on with the flower on her head. So I'm gonna put this in B tier. Next we got Avocado Cookie's skin. Honestly, for a rare skin, it's not bad. It actually looks really cool. I think I'm gonna have to put this one in B tier. Now we got Stormbringer Cookie's costume. Anyways, honestly, it doesn't look like a bad skin. I haven't really seen the effects. I think I'm gonna put this in solid B tier. Okay, next up we got Tiger Lily's other skin. And compared to her previous skin, I think I'm gonna put this in high C tier along with the other skins from the same set. Now we got Vampire Cookie's skin, both the red and the gold version. I think I'm gonna put the red version in B tier as it's not a bad redesign. I like the whole light colors that they use for his hair. And I would say the gold skin definitely belongs in A tier. Now we got Pure Vanilla's legendary skin. But I'm honestly not sure because I don't really know how the effects look like. I think I'll just put this in solid A tier. Now we got Black Raisin's costume. I also really like this costume. Overall, the whole Golden Cheese event I just really liked with the whole vibe going on, and so I think I'm gonna put this in A tier. Okay, now we have Golden Cheese herself. I'm honestly gonna put this in S tier as like I said, I really like the Golden Cheese event and this skin just looks really cool. So S tier, I mean. Now we got Sea Fairy's legendary costume. And I think I'm gonna put this in S tier as well as this was one of the first legendary costumes I unlocked. And it just looks really cool, so S tier. Now for the final skin, we got Latte Cookie's Halloween skin. And Halloween is personally one of my favorite holidays, and she just looks adorable in this costume, so I think I'm gonna have to put this in high A tier. Okay, and that is the tier list, and I think I'm gonna make a few changes before I show you the final results. Okay, anyways, this is going to be the final tier list for this video. I basically rearranged them in order from personal favorite all the way to least favorite in each single tier from A all the way to D. So yeah, that's gonna be the tier list of all the Cookie Run Kingdom costumes in the game as of September 2024. So anyways, if you guys enjoyed the video, remember to hit the subscribe button down below as we are getting closer to 500 subs. And please leave a like down below as well, and comment down below which Cookie Run Kingdom skin is your favorite. But anyways, that's gonna be it for today, and I will see you guys in the next video.